Hi guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally setting up a little sewing area. I'm so excited. So a little background info if you're new to my channel or if you just don't know what this is. I've been wanting to be a fashion designer since I was like 7, but I decided I wanted to be a fashion designer at like 9, which was like half my life ago almost. I had a sewing machine in Italy and I had that, like I got it when I was 10. Like my auntie got it for me, but I didn't know how to use it and I didn't know how to sew. Anyways, during year 11 and 12, I did a cert 2 in textiles and design or something like that. So I know how to sew now. We finally brought up this table I'm going to use, and I'm borrowing my auntie's machine. For a while here I live with my grandmother, so I used her machine, but her machine is really hard to use because it's so old and it like goes super fast. I used my auntie's a while last year for this video when I was selling stuff for TAFE and my ball dress. When I said ball dress, don't think of anything fancy, it was pretty pathetic. Basically, I finally have a sewing machine and I'm so excited because now I know how to make patterns, I know how to sew. Got my own area, like in my own house, well, my mum's house, but well, it's actually my uncle's house. We're renting it, you know what I mean. I'm finally gonna have an area where I can just go to sew for the first time in my life, and I'm so excited. Basically, we're gonna go to my grandma's house because I have a couple things I want to bring over that I used a while back for something. I think they'd be useful on the table, but first we need to clear this table. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it here, but I think in the future I'm gonna have it facing the window so that if I want to like film anything, I'll have way better lighting. Okay, so the table is clean. My auntie gave me her machine like earlier this year because I thought I was gonna go to TAFE again, and then I didn't. But we just had it sitting around on our floor for ages because I didn't have anywhere to set it up anyway. And then literally as soon as we got our TV unit, because this was what our TV was on. As soon as we got our TV unit, my mom said I can have this table for sewing. So we bring this upstairs. I was about to bring the sewing machine upstairs, but then she messaged my mom saying she needed it real quick, and she was like, okay. So she brings it back to her house, she brings it back to us, I bring it upstairs, I'm setting everything up, and then 3 days later she says she needs it again.
Moments later.
Oh my god, that gave me so much anxiety. I'm sweating now. I forgot how to open this contraption. Oh, it just comes off. Grandma has a skipper in front of her house, and I'm gonna throw this old bag of clothes. Okay. Now, one more thing I'm throwing in there. This jumper holds the worst memories of my life, so goodbye trauma. I actually take that. I want to hide that. I don't want anyone else to have that. That's disgusting. Showing days. Oh my god, there's plants everywhere. It's like a jungle. I just realized I was wearing this jumper when I came to get like my ball dress stuff. I did not open it. I rang the doorbell about like 6 times. Hi.
Hi, honey. How are
Say
you?
hi to the video.
Oh, hello.
I said it's so clean. Wow.
Look at that.
It hasn't looked like that since like 1971. Oh my god. I don't think everything in here
You
is...
got enough where you belong, so...
That chair is old and itchy. Guys, that's the chair I used to edit my videos on.
Goodbye.
Yay!
Oh, it's so pretty.
If anything is in here like an animal, dead or alive, I will scream so loud y'all won't even hear it because it'll be a different frequency. It's like a green mat thing that like my grandfather had, so I took it as a hand-me-down. I don't know what he used it for, but I used it for like fabric cutting. Oh my god, so many memories. Oh my god, memories. This is still my second scrunchie, just letting you know. But we're almost done with it, and then we'll have 298. I don't even know how many I ended up making, because I don't think I got to 300. Oh my god! A candy cane fell out of it. This little alien. Oh my god, there's a notebook. Did I write? Ew. What happened to it? Imagine a dress out of this. Making a dress out of this. Another scrunchie. Elastic. And a lot of it. Oh, my chalk. This scrunchie's pinned together. Like, I didn't even finish sewing it. This has been like this since 2021. This poor scrunchie never even got to be a real scrunchie. Back in like February or something, I said I wanted to do like Transformation Tuesday because I post every Tuesday and Friday. And I was thinking I could do Fashion Friday. And we have like fabric glue, fabric cutters, rulers, stuff like that. Here I have all my elastic. This is just a tray of like things that didn't fit anyway, but like I'll just be putting like a pencil there real quick, a pin if I'm just like doing some. Got my sewing kit. I decided to keep this out of the drawer because if I'm sewing here every night, I'm gonna have to like take it out again. And that drawer is filling up with fabric, so I think it's best if we just leave it out here. This green mat, which I used to make the 300 scrunchies, which was my grandfather's. And then here I'm just gonna leave this area for the fabric, like when I'm sewing. The only thing is like I don't have a chair at the moment, and I wanted to use my desk chair, but it's all the way over there because I don't want to have 2 chairs in my room because I've done that before, and it's just annoying. My new era, guys, because I always forget that I can sew because I've never had a sewing machine like just at my service. As I said in the beginning of this video, I've been wanting to do fashion for a very long time, and when I was 7, I started. Oh, I thought I was 9, but thinking about it now, I must have been 7. I would like design dresses in this notebook I had in Italy, and my mom told me to start putting dates on them so that when I'm older and I make the dresses or whatever, I can like look back at them. And I don't know if I started 2012 or 2013, but like that was 10 years ago. Like that is so insane. And I know I kept it in this secret box in my room. And like that notebook is so sacred now. Like I could get my dad to send it over, but I'm scared in case anything happens to it, I will literally like die. So my plan is next time we go to Italy, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it on the carry-on. I'll hold it if I have to because I cannot let anything happen to that book. I need to have that with me. It is now 13,000 kilometers away, but it's okay. Okay, it's like a few nights later. So I had this vision. I started making the bodice, and I don't remember how to make a bodice, but like pattern, but I had this pattern stuff that I bought at Spotlight. And last night I cut it out at midnight because I got the clearest sign ever. In fact, I made a whole little segment of me explaining it. If you don't want to see it, you can skip to this time frame, but I'd suggest like watching it. Guys, I take signs from the universe. Like, you know, I don't always get obvious ones, but like when they're obvious, they're obvious. I need to give a little background information before I get to the point because otherwise it's not going to be like a whoa, like you're going to be like confused. I am very much a night owl, so at times you will find me doing housework at like 1 a.m. It is quite literally 1 a.m. right now. Even though I'm a night owl, I'm normally just like in my bed watching YouTube or TikTok. Like I don't normally get up and do things, but you know, I have the one-off occasion where I actually do some things useful. So I went downstairs and I loaded the washing machine and I folded, like took off the clean clothes to make room for the new ones. I washed the dishes, had a little midnight snack or whatever, and then I was bored. But the washing was almost done, so I decided to just watch some YouTube. There was still like 20 minutes till the washing was done, but then I also wanted to like watch or like listen to something while hanging the clothes out. So I put on a podcast. Guys, I literally cannot sit through podcasts. I find them extremely boring unless I'm never gonna go searching for a podcast, and I don't have Spotify or wherever else you listen to them, so I only watch the YouTube ones. And there's a few YouTubers I know that have a podcast, but the only one I can ever sit through is Ben of the Week, Drama Mama. Again, I haven't even watched that many of his. Like, I'm really not a podcast person. The last time I listened to a podcast, which was his, was like early this year, I think. Anyways, I decided why not put a podcast on so I can watch like 20 minutes of it and then watch the rest like while I'm putting the clothes out or whatever. I decided to watch the 10 years on YouTube one, whatever you called it. And first of all, I just like to say the whole video in general, most relatable video I could possibly ever relate to. Like, there's a solo YouTuber that had like an unsuccessful YouTube channel for almost 10 years, and that's literally me. But that's not the point. Let's get to the relatable parts and then I'll get to the sign I saw. So first up, he said that until 2019, his channel had about 400 subscribers, and I'm pretty sure that was like 6 years into his career, and that is literally me right now. I have almost 400 subscribers, and I'm 6 years and 2 months into my career.
Not that it had any subscribers at all. I want to be very fucking clear. My YouTube channel only had like 400 YouTube subscribers until like 2019.
He said something like, this sounds very unhealthy, but like, I thought I was the only one who did this. I've never done this like publicly. I've never told anyone I do this, but he said this. And I know he said it now that he's got followers, but like, I don't do this often, but he said like sometimes when he was younger, he'd be watching YouTube and then he'd just like have to turn it off because he was so jealous.
It was all I could think about. And it got to the point where I would like watch like YouTubers and like I literally would have to turn them off because I was like so jealous of what they had. And
like, not with him. I've never been jealous of Ben because, as I said, like, he's been doing it longer than me. I don't get jealous of people who've been doing it longer than me. With YouTubers I love very dearly, I still get jealous of them, or like envious, because, you know, I try to live by everything happens for a reason, but at the same time it's kind of like I started like 3 years before you. But yeah, I look up to Ben a lot because he also like is just one person. He edits his own videos, which is also something he said in the podcast. At one point in the podcast, it was towards the last 10 minutes, I think. No, I don't even want to say it. I'm just gonna play his clip.
When you like fashion design, just fucking start and don't overthink it. Like literally just start.
He could have said any other job. He said fashion design. If you all don't know me, I've been wanting to be a fashion designer since I was 7. And also most of the podcasts I was listening to, like the part about the jealousy and the 400 subscribers, I was always like, I was putting out the clothes while listening to those parts. But I literally sat on the couch, grabbed a drink of water, and just like, I was kind of like this, for a few minutes. I was just watching once I finished the clothes. And then I sit up, I look up at the TV, and he says, become a fashion. I still can't believe it. I'm gonna screen record that and just like keep it with me. Because Ben is such like a different YouTuber to me, because I watch some YouTubers that have been doing it longer than me, but they're not like, he said the only person who helps him sometimes is his mum to film, and literally that's the same with me. Like Ben, I relate to Ben on a different level. And it was just like so crazy. Like when he said fashion design, I was like, okay.
Fashion design, just fucking start.
I was actually drinking a liter of water, but I'm still so dehydrated. Funny, also he had a sponsor about Liquid IV. But I'm so dehydrated internally that I can't like cry tears a lot of time, but I would have cried tears if I had enough water in me. It's like, there is no way. Like, remember last year I made that video called Coincidence, I think, not about all the 5s. Like, I'm not gonna explain it because that would take too long, but like, just go watch it. It was clearest sign I've ever seen in my life. At times like this when I realize everything does happen for a reason. You know? Thank you, Ben. Thank you, universe. Now that you've seen that, yeah. So I gotta move on, and I made this last night. You're probably like, Jewel, what am I looking at? So this is gonna kind of look like that, and then we'll have like 2 little straps like this, and then like a pretty skirt. I had the bright idea to use one of the patterns I bought, except it's for stretchy fabric, and I use it on like velvet. Does not stretch. But then I had this brilliant idea. I could get like those like thingies that like for like, you know, the back of corsets, sometimes like they have like a little ribbon cross thing. Like I want to do that, but I don't know where to buy the hoops for that, and I don't know if it's like complicated to do that, because I think that'd be cute on the side. It'd be like a nice little different type of style. But for now I just want to sew, like, because this is pinned together, but I want to sew this piece to this piece properly so that I can just see what sizing I have to do. So guys, I'm kind of scared of this machine because it started smoking last year once. It was like something to do the machines used to have, because back in the old days, for some reason, something the machine had would mess with your TV. I don't know what they were explaining, like the people there, but they said sewing machines these days don't do it, and they took it out of this one because it doesn't need it anymore. I mean, no, it was something to not bother the TV, and that started smoking and they took it out. And newer machines these days don't have it, so technically that shouldn't happen again. But like, there's a lot of reasons machines could start smoking, so I'm still scared. Future me's watching this, or any fashion designers watching this, I promise you my sketches will get better, but this is kind of my idea. I don't know why I wrote cut, one, or fold, because I was meant to do darts. And if you don't know what a dart is, it, like for those who don't do fashion, it's like you cut out a triangle and then sew the part like this on top, so you get these like nice seams. And you would have seen that on like type of crop tops and like fitted things. Well, that's what makes it fitted. Obviously stretchy fabrics don't have that because it's stretchy, you know. That pattern didn't come with darts, so I cut this stiff fabric on the stretchy fabric pattern, meaning there's no room for darts because there's not enough extra fabric to cut them. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, if that makes any sense, but okay, since I'm just doing like one seam, like it's literally like 10 centimeters, I just did that much. I think it just goes like there, then it goes under. Okay, I can do this thing. Then it's behind this. Every time I like do something to do with fashion, I remember how much I love it. Like every time I was at TAFE, because I only there once a week and I skipped so much, every time I actually managed to be there, I just like, as soon as I started sewing, like I was just like, wow, this is where I belong. Okay, I think I did it. Thread the bobbin. Pick up the bobbin, please.
A few minutes later.
I did it. Wait, so is that? Oh, obviously if you're doing this, you should, you know, sit down. It's always right sides together, guys. That means pretty fabric against pretty fabric. You lay it down like this, like pretty side up, and then you put the other one facing the pretty side down so that they're pretty side to pretty side, aka right side. Not right direction, right is incorrect. Go like this, but so as you can see the bad sides are on the outside. Why am I acting like I know what I'm doing? I mean, I do know what I'm doing, I just feel like I shouldn't be giving lessons because I'm not a professional. But if you're doing this like literally, you need, I think the like general, oh my battery sank, that's fun. I think like the globally known, I think the seam allowance is meant to be like a centimeter and a half or just 1 centimeter. But because this is just for me, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's sew now. I'm so excited. Oh my god, my no, my thread came out and it's all tangled. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell what just happened in that clip, but basically so at my TAFE we had these industrial machines which I was used to using for 2 years, and basically this is like the machine pedal and you go like this to sew. Well, the industrial ones, if you press like that or like you undo it quickly or something, like it automatically stops threading. This is the pedal. So if you go like this, that's sewing, right? And then in the industrial ones, if you go like this, it like stops sewing, it like ties a knot and everything, like it just stops the seam for you. But on a normal machine it just goes faster the more you press. So because I pressed it down expecting, like subconsciously suspecting it to stop sewing, I was putting the foot up, this thing, so because when you finish sewing you put this up to get the fabric out. But then I forgot it was an industrial one, so it started sewing faster. That's why I made that face. Just take out the pins real quick. Oh my god, look, she's so pretty. I used to like always freaking wonder like how do you get a seam like this? I was like, how do you sew that? It's literally so easy, but it took me so long to realize. This is it's a strong seam. Okay, so I'm gonna do like more tomorrow because I think I want to sew in, I want to iron an interfacing on this because I still have leftover interfacing from my ball dress, and if you don't know what interfacing is, it just kind of makes the fabric a bit stiffer, and I want that just for the top because it's kind of thin.